Hey, you're early. I love that. I love people that are early because that just shows how truly committed and dedicated you are to making a change in your lifestyle, all right? So good on you. Give yourself a pat on the back, all right? Now, above me, you'll notice that there is a timer counting backwards down to 0. Once that timer hits 0, you will be let into the training room, all right? Now, if you're watching this and there is 10 minutes or less remaining on the timer, you're all good to go. Just continue watching the video. I'll have some information for you in a little bit, all right? So congratulations, you've locked in your spot and you'll be on the train, all right? If you're watching this and there is more than 10 minutes remaining, please kindly exit out of the browser and come back on when there is 10 minutes or less remaining, okay? All right, now if you're still watching, I'm assuming that there is less than 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cover some basic ground rules so we can make sure this training runs as smoothly as possible. Okay, so first and foremost, please make sure that you have blocked off the next 60 minutes to be attending this training. And since you are here early, I'm assuming you're great at following directions, so I'm sure you've already made the arrangements to make yourself available for the next hour for this webinar. All right, so awesome. Good on that. Next, please make sure that you are watching this from a desktop or a laptop. The webinar software is not very compatible with mobile devices. I do not want you to be watching the webinar and all of a sudden get kicked out because your phone crashes or whatever. So please make sure you're watching from a desktop or a laptop, all right? Awesome. Next, please also make sure that you have all tabs closed. If you're downloading anything, make sure you cancel that. If anybody in your house is, streaming Netflix or Hulu or whatever, please make sure that they are exited out of that because, once again, I do not want anything to happen to cause your the webinar room to crash on you, okay? Because it does utilize the same technology that Hulu and Netflix does, the streaming technology. And so, once again, I know we've all been there, right? When you're watching your favorite show and all of a sudden the playback area hits right at the best part and you're just like, you want to rip your hair out. Like, I don't want that to happen to you, all right? So make sure everything is closed out so that, first of all, you can focus on, what's going on in the training, as well as your Wi-Fi doesn't have to work extra hard. And, we run the risk of it, buffering or pausing or crashing on you, because if it does crash on you, you do run the risk of you losing your seat in the webinar. We do not want that to happen, all right? So once again, just make sure everything's closed out so you can pay attention, all right? Next, please make sure that you have a pen and a paper so that you can take some notes. I will be talking kind of fast because I want to get through all this information, and I want to be respectful of your time, and I want to have you, keeping you guys here all night long. So just make sure that you have a pen and paper so you can take notes so that you can actually utilize this information, on your own in the future, as well as, I'll be taking the time to answer some questions. I'm not really going to be focusing on the comment section too much while I'm going through the webinar because I want to make sure I get through everything. But at the end, I will, reserve some time for questions. So make sure you write your questions so you can ask them and get them answered. All right. And then finally, just please make sure to stay till the end because for those that do stay till the end, I'll be giving my exclusive nutrition PDF that is usually only reserved for my clients, but I'll be giving it to you guys for free if you guys make it to the end of the webinar. All right. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Just sit tight until the timer goes down and hits 0, and at that point you will be let into the training room. All right. I'm so excited to be sharing this information with you guys, how to burn belly fat for good without spending hours of endless hours on doing cardio and without going on a crash diet, using my Superwoman strategy. All right. So I'm so excited. Just sit tight till the timer hits 0, and we'll see you soon.